Ready? Fire!
This week on American Rifleman TV, we're at Gunsite to learn the best ways of using pocket pistols for personal protection. Little guns, whether they be revolvers or semi-automatics, have become big time popular lately because their small size makes them so easy to conceal. But there's a trade-off. Those small frames and short barrels can make these guns difficult to present, to shoot, and to reload. We're here to learn how to deal with those issues so that if we need to use a pocket gun for personal protection in a fight, we'll be more than just a little prepared.
Well, what would define a pocket pistol, I think, is that we're talking about the size, the capacity of the rounds that it can carry, the size, caliber that it is considered to be a pocket pistol. But we may carry it on our ankle, we may carry it in our waistband, we may carry it in our pocket.
People come to Gunsite to learn how to defend themselves. And one way for a lot of people is by carrying small pocket pistols. Pocket pistols are easy to carry, but there are some limitations. We've got Charlie McNeese here, Gunsite instructor. Charlie, how does sight radius affect the effectiveness of a small pistol like this?
Well, the shorter the sight radius, the harder it is to basically be accurate with the short sight radius. People have equated that they can shoot rifles a lot easier than they can pistols. Well, rifles have longer sight radiuses on them. So you take a sight radius of about 3 inches and compare it to a sight radius of 5 inches. A 5-inch longer sight radius is much easier to shoot and be accurate with than a small 2 or 3-inch sight radius.
And because of that, you need to practice with these pistols and know your effective range.
Right. These are only going to be effective maybe 3 to 7 yards. If you practice a lot with it, you can get out to probably maybe 15 yards or 25. But when you get to 25 yards and try to shoot accurately with one of these small pocket pistols, you're really going to have to put a lot of stress on the sights and on that trigger press. If you look at the front sight only and point it in the center of your target, you will have a very good hit if you also do what? Press and follow through on the trigger. This is not a speed drill. This is an accuracy drill. Ready? Fire! We hammered it a little hard on that one, didn't we?
A little bit.
You wouldn't think at 3 yards you could do that, huh?
No.
Gotta press them things.
Yes, sir.
All right, big guy. Let's do it one more time. Ready? Fire! Some of the mistakes you can run into by having the pocket pistols is, what can I do in a position if I'm sitting down? How do I get this out of my pocket? How do I get it out of my pocket if I'm in a car? What are the problems I'm going to have as far as where I keep my extra magazines, my extra ammo? How accessible is that to me at that point in time? So I need to make sure that everything that I want to do, stand, walk, sit at either a bar or at a table, that everything I want to get a hold of is accessible to me and I can do it safely.
If by chance they turn around and now they have weapons and it is now a takeover robbery, the first thing I'm going to do is come out from the table, fire to whatever it takes to put them down, put them down. The next thing I want to do is I want to get the hell out of here. I do not want to sit here. I want to move. So the next thing I'm going to do, and in this drill what you will do is I will get up. I will start moving. All of a sudden they turn around, they have 2 guns, shoot them.
What I would like to do is, if I don't have the ability, because of the visibility of a big primary 5-inch, 4-inch 45 or 40, then I may have to go to a 380 or a 38 revolver or a 380 pistol, and it will be in my pocket or concealed, and that at that point in time becomes my primary pistol at the time. A lot of times we have to make decisions. We have to have plans. And if you hesitate in your decision making, he who hesitates is indeed lost. If you wait, you're late. If you snooze, you lose. So we want people to have a plan. We want you to implement that plan, and we want you to be decisive in your plan. We don't want you to have to hesitate, because if we hesitate, we're already in trouble.
Well, we spent some time on the square range. We've learned the basics of presentation. We've learned our limitations with pocket pistols. But Gunsite always likes to crank it up to the next level. Chris Ware, one of the instructors here, is going to run us through what they like to call the fun house, a live fire simulator. We're going to really see what these pocket pistols are capable of. Chris, what's the situation?
Well, the situation that I'm going to give you now would be that a neighbor has called you and somebody has entered her house. She's not sure how many people are there, but she knows they don't belong there. She tells you that she called the police, and all of a sudden the phone goes dead. Now you know that the lady that lives there is sort of short, has red hair, about 40 years of age. Anybody else in that house doesn't belong there. And so what you're going to go in and find out what happened to this lady. Now the police are on the way, but it's a rural area and they're not going to be here for a while.
What are you doing in here?
I'm just wandering around. Who are you?
Get out of here.
Okay.
I'm the neighbor. Get out of here.
All right, so he's left. All right, you need to get out of the doorway quickly. You're standing in what we call the fatal funnel. My suggestion would be to step over here, put your back against the wall, and now decide what we're going to do next. Again, in the shoot house, the main thing we were looking for was tactics, how well they presented the pistol, how they entered rooms, how they pied corners, how they took advantage of distance, and then their shooting ability. And with the stress level that gets raised, and that's not unusual, that's a normal thing. So with all of those things going on, we try to evaluate the student's ability to hit the target.
Well, I just learned a very valuable lesson here at the Fun House. I engaged this target from about 3 yards. Now keep in mind, yesterday on the square range, groups about like this all the way back to 10 yards. But Chris, I don't see a single bullet hole on this target that's not taped up. You were following me.
I was.
What happened? What did I do wrong?
Well, there's a number of things that occur whenever you get into a shooting. First of all, you get an increase in your heart rate. Your breathing increases. You have a very short barrel on that weapon you're using, a very small gun. There's very little margin for error in something like that. The second thing is coming around and seeing a weapon here and not going to center mass, but maybe staying in this area here because that's where your eye is directed, can lead to a miss without any problem at all. The most difficult thing is to control your breathing, relax, focus, see the weapon, go to center mass.